ASC Lacrosse is Central PA's leading lacrosse store. Get the best selection, great service, and great prices, and receive loyalty points with every purchase at ASC Lacrosse now.
Hello and welcome to All Access, brought to you by ASC Lacrosse. I'm Keith Schweigert, joined by LMP sports writer John Walk, and we're getting you ready for the PIAA Boys and Girls Lacrosse Playoffs, which get underway this week. John, we've got two Lancaster Lebanon League teams left standing, one boys team, one girls team, and in both cases, it's Manheim Township. The Blue Streak boys are looking to shake off their 12-9 loss to Wilson in last week's District 3 title game, while the Township girls earned the district's third and final playoff berth by defeating York Catholic in the consolation game of the District 3 tournament, and that was after falling to eventual champ Kennerdale in the district semis. So here we have both teams are one of the 16 contenders in their respective state brackets. Tell us, what can we expect over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, we'll start in boys. Manheim Township, as you said, going up against Northern Allegheny. I'll start by saying Township is the District 3 runner-up. Why does that matter? Well, last year's District 3 runner-up, Cumberland Valley, reached the whole way to the PIAA semifinals, so it's not inconceivable for Township to do the same thing. And honestly, looking at their bracket, it's a very real possibility. What do we know about Northern Allegheny? Well, they pulled a upset in the District 7 championship game by beating Mount Lebanon 9-7. Why was it an upset? Well, in the season opener, Mount Lebanon had beaten Northern Allegheny 18-5, and then a few days later, Mount Lebanon also beat Hempfield 15-8. So Mount Lebanon is pretty good, but Northern Allegheny's defense shut them down. And that's a thing for Northern Allegheny. They come in with a stacked defense. Their only WPIAL All-Stars this year were on defense. They've also held their opponents to single-digit scoring in 17 of 21 games this year, including the last 9 opponents. So it should be a tough defensive game as Manheim Township goes up against that defense. But then again, we sat here last week and I said the same thing about Township going up against the stellar Cumberland Valley defense in district semis, and Township went up and put 11 goals on them, an 11-3 win in the district semis. And also the only two teams this year that Manheim Township has held the only two teams this year that Manheim Township faced and was held to single-digit scoring was Haverford and Wilson. So it doesn't happen all that often that Township is held to single digits, and I don't think it's going to happen here. I just don't think Northern Allegheny has faced a team like Township yet this year with that kind of offense. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Township, if it's close, Township moves on. And looking ahead, which I expect the Streaks might do this Wednesday, they would get the winner of Mount Lebanon and the District 6 champion State College, which is a very favorable game. We just talked about Mount Lebanon losing Northern Allegheny, and State College, there's not really all that much lacrosse talent to come out of District 6. So I would favor Township in that game, and moving on to the PIAA semifinals, which if that's the case, we can talk about that next week. Moving on to the girls' side, they face Radnor. Radnor is the District 1 champion. For those in lacrosse, District 1 is the top district in the whole state. So Township has their work cut out for them. They have two common opponents this year. Unionville beat Manheim Township in the regular season opener and then lost to Radnor earlier this month. Conestoga beat both Radnor and Manheim Township earlier this season. For Radnor, the things I was able to find out about them, they have Central League All-Stars at attack, midfielder, 2 at defender, and in goal for them. So they are very well balanced. But here's where I think Manheim Township doesn't get past this week. This year, they played, in the regular season, they played 6 teams outside of District 3, and Township was 0-6 in all 6 of those games. Also, since 2013, Manheim Township is 6-21 against teams outside of District 3. This is the year that they struggled to put away Hempfield in the LL title game. They lost to Kennerdale, first loss in districts, and then they struggled against York Catholic until York Catholic just ran out of gas in the last 15 minutes in the district consolation game. So I don't see the girls getting past this weekend, but this Wednesday, I should say. But if they somehow are able to pull off the upset, they would have a favorable matchup in the quarterfinals. But their half of the bracket, if they would make it to the state semis, would likely put them against Garnet Valley in the semis this time next week. And Garnet Valley is the defending state champion. So tough game against Radnor. If they are able to make it, I like them on Saturday's game, but we could talk about it more if they're still alive this time next week.
All right, John. Well, should be interesting to see how everything shakes out here over the next 2 weeks or so. Remember, you can follow John and the rest of the LMP sports staff on Facebook and on Twitter for news and updates on all of the state playoff action. For John Walk, I'm Keith Schweigert. Thanks for watching.